Yo, yo, yo. Welcome, guys. Wait, let me check if my Discord is gonna ping an announcement. Because yesterday it was late, but welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on, Discord. Does my Discord bot work still? Maybe it just gave up. Oh, it works. Okay, well, we're good. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Howdy. Howdy, howdy to you guys as well. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to this sunny day. Very sunny day today. Let's go and do FGOLO before anything else. And then let's jump right into it. We have a bunch of story to get through. Hello there. Okay, well, let's do Jinako, I guess. Since the previous episode was disco. Okay, 5-star, probably. Most likely male, permanent. Sky and lawful good as well. Interesting. Either AoE or arts, but not both. Okay. So it's not... It's permanent. Probably male. 5-star. Oh, that was so close! I saw how is he lawful balance and not lawful good. No, I saw it in my mind's eye. Wait. Woo! We got it. We got it. If it's not one brother, it's the other. It's a nice background. It is a nice background. Yo, welcome Sparky, welcome everyone! Look at this, very on team for today. FGOLO was prepared for this stream today. They were prepared for us today. Oh yeah. Crazy how the antagonist is lawful good and the protagonist is lawful balanced. Okay. Must be fate? It must be. It must be. Let's go. Hey man, I thought you would enjoy it. Okay. So... what is there to do first? The daily summon, of course. You know, there was a part of me that was kind of hoping that maybe, just maybe, we had the dates wrong and the Kagetora ruler banner was gonna be today, but nope. No, I guess it is gonna be tomorrow. Also, there's a part of me that kind of wants Ruler Martha, but you know what? We're getting a better ruler, so let's just wait. We're getting a better ruler. I also, built my Ares a tiny bit more just because I had some extra materials from the event and stuff. So now my Ares is a tad bit more built. She's 10, 10, 8. So she's almost there. She's almost there. I'm so close. I think I'm like 11 of those, what are they called? Like fire, flower, heart thingies away from 10-10-10ing my Ares, which is pretty cool. I just had no one else uses those materials. Flaming Oni Lantern plant, that's it. So we're close, we're close. Yeah, guys, careful with JP talk, because I heard that there are some spoilers happening on JP right now, which obviously should not be discussed in this chat, because I do not want any spoilers. But I'm happy for the JP bros, or the people who are keeping up with that. But let's just go right into it. I believe that we are on section 4, and I believe section 4 has no bosses. So let me make sure. Yep, section 4 has no bosses. Next boss is Act 5. So not many early bosses in this one. Let's go. Ew. Oh, well, that is fine. We just have some nice bond farming to do. with okay, now nice. I do have this team ready here. And then let me. I do not have a team ready actually. Now that I think about it. Bazet, sure. That's fine. And then this one should be. Where's waiver? Here we go. First free SSR, yep. Okay, here we go. We're in Kali Yuga, that's it. Kali Yuga. We're in Kali Yuga now. On the final day of the reckoning. Oh boy. Oh okay, Dripskaya's back. Oh shit. Oh boy, you're looking good. Oh my god, okay. Oh. This is ridiculous. Even I can tell something's off about me. Thinking back on it, I haven't been my usual spiteful self ever since Shisha Huang captured me. If I just planted a bomb or three when I snuck onto the shadow border and blown everyone to Kingdom Come, I could have spent the rest of my time on a leisurely tour of the Lost Belts. I swear, what was I thinking? Yeah, that's true, Koyan. Your favorite Koyan outfit? I can see it. No, I shouldn't dwell on it. No capable woman would let what she did or didn't do in the past stop her in the present. I'm just going to focus on business here. Once I get in my groove, I get my old spite back in no time flat. I'll get my old spite back. I'll just check in on the tree of emptiness growth now and then and devote most of my time to seeing what sorts of wonderful creatures I can find in this boring old world. Well, you're about to find a bunch of Kali. Yep. Still, Kali, huh? This works out nicely for me. They're just the sort of things that makes abandoning a Lost Belt worthwhile. China's regime was so ridiculously strict and thorough about getting rid of anything that it didn't like that there was nothing left for me to have fun with. But here, I can get back to my roots and really mess with everything humans love. Kalia just adores that sort of thing. NFF Kali coming up? Surely. This world is very hospitable to human life, but also extremely strict about virtue and goodness. If a human strays from the path even once, their god's law won't even let them reincarnate anymore. Yup. That's what I love about boring single-minded gods. They're as cruel and merciless as they come. Still, I don't much care for this world's god, or that cheery monk and his creepy-ass grin. Cheery monk and his creepy-ass grin. So I think I can spare some time to mess with them while I take care of business. Maybe I'll take one of these blissfully ignorant humans and arrange the smile from their face just a tiny bit. Why? I bet that's exactly what some people actually want. And walking the line between supply and demand is an important service in its own right. Oh boy! Also, don't talk shit about my boy Alterjuna, hello? So, you're always on the lookout for this Sheeta person, huh? Yes, I am. If you happen to see her anywhere, please let me know right away. You don't know what she looks like? Not a problem. If you ever see the greatest woman in the world, one so beautiful and graceful with inner strength that could move mountains, and think she would be perfect as my wife, you'll know you found Sita. I see, I still like the whole... hello? I still like the whole hot Shora King you've got going on, but knowing you've already got a canon ship makes it a lot harder to fantasize about you. Okay. I feel like she's like a full-blown Fujo. I'm sure some people wouldn't let hold them back, but somehow, I'm not really into that. Yo, Emmanuel, welcome. Well, guess I just have to keep my fantasies to a minimum and enjoy gazing at some hot Rama flash in real life. He's so confused. I am not sure what you're talking about. Some kind of protective spell. In that case, I'll gladly accept it. On a different subject, you guys are outside now, right? What's it look like? Something has seemed off to me since this morning. No, not just off, it's outright strange. There's a lot more water around here. Pretty sure there were a lot more flowers around here. That was just a lot more around here, period. That's true. The change in the environment is even more drastic than I was expecting. The ground is dry and barren. The wind is much stronger and foul-smelling. The plants are all dead or dying. Everything is so different from yesterday. Maybe this area drains really easily, so all the sunlight it got yesterday dried it up. I don't think it was that bright out, but you can say we're a strange land like this. And then there's the weather. It's not sunny or cloudy or rainy. If anything, it's kind of sandy. Whatever the case, this area is clearly much more arid than it was yesterday. The ground is so dry, it's begun to crack, exposing the minerals and ore underground. That much environmental change in a single day, huh? There's gotta be something particular to this last belt that's responsible for this. We'll just have to ask Asha or someone when we get the chance. I'm sure Asha's gonna be okay. I'm sure nothing's gonna happen to her. So, looking around here, does it make anyone else uncomfortable, or is it just me? It's like I can't sense much in the way of life now. Compared to yesterday, it feels like everything's cold and inhospitable, if not outright hostile. I agree. The air is even drier today. It feels as though there's something else in this world now. Something besides the mysterious presence that has been holding us back since we first came here. It may not be likely to harm us outright, but it could still interfere with our ability to fight. I recommend you keep that in mind, Master. What do you mean? I mean that there's a difference between fighting in a blessed paradise and fighting in a cursed place of death. Fair? Though, of course, a true warrior remains strong regardless of their environment. Yeah, thanks. I'll be careful. It seems we have a good chance to put that to the test. Kali? Kali... It's a pack of wild beasts. We can't have them following us to town. Let's take care of them now. It may be colder and dry today, but that also means we won't have to worry about our footing since there isn't any more mud. Mesh, always look on the bright side. Kyrielite, heading out. Nice. Mesh Optimus Kyrielite. Not to be confused with Optimus Prime. Let's go, Mesh. Okay, 2. And then we can do this. Holy, this goes crazy. She looks like Optimus, she does. Mahapraya! Let's see. Crit. It's fine. This one gives me MP as well. Holy shit, how much is the MP gain from... Like the Buster MP gain from skill 2 of Koyan? It's a lot. He just gained like 30% from one Buster card. 10% only? Welcome, Rio, welcome. Because I would be able to Buster Loop here if the previous wave wasn't so weak. So that I got my full Buster chain off. 2 Koya and 20%? Giga Buster looping. OST goes so hard. Two Buster double Koya and 40%, yeah. Let me also actually let me do this just so actually no, let me keep it this way. It's fine.
I guess I'm a little heavier today than I was yesterday. Though it might be just that I ate too much breakfast. Something wrong?
No, I was just thinking how strange it is to be fighting alongside you, or either Ganesha.
You mean in a bad way?
Not at all. I feel oddly elevated. I'm very proud. No, happy for you.
Gotcha.
Though it's also oddly painful that I don't know why I feel that way. Part of me is compelled to talk to you, and part of me is compelled to stay away. I'm certain I know you somehow, but for some reason, I can't remember anything specific. Is something wrong?
No. Nothing's wrong. I was just thinking the same thing. I know, Ganesha. There are rules and etiquette about that sort of thing. Even if it was all a big mistake, I'm still a divine vessel now. I'm not gonna try to weasel out of this. Besides, that would just make things harder for Karna. Yeah, I kinda... Okay, really wish I could tell him the truth, but I won't.
Okay. By the way, when they talk about, like, Divine Vessel and stuff like that, is she just a pseudo-servant? I don't remember the exact words that I used to describe her yesterday. Is it, like, basically just a pseudo-servant, or is it, like, different?
Besides, I feel pretty lucky just getting to fight on the same team as him. Oh, by the way, since I was technically sent here to save the world, let me just make sure I've got this straight.
She is pseudo? Okay. Because I'm trying to figure out how she has all of the memories. Because I'm pretty sure Ishtar didn't have memories of Reen, and same with Irish.
You said we basically got 3 enemies to deal with in this last belt, right? One of them is the Tree of Emptiness. If you cut this down, the whole last belt goes away. Another is the King, sort of the being of the center of this last belt. They keep the Tree of Emptiness safe, probably.
Waver and Rhinus? There are also pseudos? I'm trying to think back. I don't remember. Have I even met them yet? I met Waver in an event, right? I feel like. I'm forgetting stuff. The memory rule is just a suggestion, yeah. They remember everything? Okay.
Unless it's the Crypter, a master who wants the last belt to grow bigger instead to go away.
Ishtar mostly surprised training Ganesha's case host is mostly in control. That makes sense. I'm pretty sure Ishtar was, what, 30-70, right? Maybe that plays a role in it as well. There's also the Foreign God's Disciples, but otherwise, yeah.
So the most important thing is that you have emptiness then. That's it way off in the distance there, right? Basically, we just gotta cut it down and we're done, right? So why aren't we heading there now? Every Lost Belt King we've faced so far has been incredibly powerful. And if we get close to the Tree of Emptiness, I'm sure we'll run into the one here too. We may be able to see the Tree of the tree from here, but it's far too dangerous to approach it now. We need to at least gather more information first.
Yeah, Reem was just a personality as opposed to the memories, yeah.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. What do you make of that giant floating cube over there? A local we talked to called it God Skyboulder. That? I was wondering what there was too, but I got absolutely nothing. I don't have a better word for it than mysterious. It just feels like something impossibly out of my reach. Kinda like unlocking an analysis skill on my skill tree.
It's not just that boulder. We still know next to nothing about this entire world. Jugo only contributes to Spirit Origin and Legend MP while being dormant. Okay, so it's basically the opposite, kind of. Almost. It's mostly Weber being in control.
Yeah. It's definitely not her fault. But I don't feel great about having Asha be our sole source of information either.
I see, Robert, I see.
We still need to talk to all sorts of people and to find out anything we can on the King, the Tree of Emptiness, and God Skyboulder. That's another reason why it's worth taking the time to defend the town. Makes sense, Gordy.
Why are you looking at me? I didn't say a word, but if you're going to do this, then make sure you do it well. There'll be no secret hero nonsense on my watch. I want you to put these people so far in your debt they'll be begging you to let them help.
It's not like you to be so forthcoming, Gordy. It's a good look for... Huh? These readings?
Uh-oh.
Hey, you guys should be in viewing distance of the town by now, right? Can you see anything? We can. Something's not right here, Master.
I can see smoke coming from that direction. The attack must have already begun. Come on, let's hurry. Get the Kali.
Oh no. This is terrible. No way. This place was so nice just a few days ago. How did this happen?
The first wave must have already gotten here. I thought we had gotten here as soon as we could, but it seems I was careless yet again. You guys came back, huh?
I'm glad you two are both okay. Yeah, we are, although...
Yeah, Robert, it was definitely confirmed. It was definitely confirmed that it was 30% Rin and 70% Ishtar. I would remember it. Damn, Ulo. Today's Kali Yuga. We're not done by a long shot.
Yeah. There's gonna be even more Kali today. So many jump out of your skin in surprise, and today, they could show up anytime.
How about Erish percentage? No idea. Zero clue. Do not care.
I remember you said there were more Kali there in Kali Yuga, but this is far more than I expected.
They're clearly going to keep destroying more of the town. How are you going to survive their attack?
I know, our house was destroyed too, but we've gotta do something. Maybe we'll ask someone to let us stay in their house or hide in the rubble, or just run away. We'll just have to keep praying and do the best we can.
Yugen, what are you doing here? Ah, what are you doing here?
Mayor, we saw that your town has already suffered significant damage. Couldn't you and the other townspeople work together and let us help you fight off the Kali?
Don't be ridiculous. How many times do I have to tell you? This is all our God's will. It's a trial he set before us. There's no need for us to fight. As long as we pray with sincerity, the second beast will save us. Having blasphemers with no intention of praying like you lot around will leave a stain on this entire town. You can't be here. You shouldn't be here. And we don't want you here. Now, go away and leave us alone.
Which god are you talking about?
What do you mean, which god? God is God. Okay, that's the question that I wanted to ask the girl. Okay. So it is just God. There's only been one God ever since he made this world during the first Yuga long ago. There it is again. He believes what he says with absolute conviction. At first I thought this town just happened to practice monotheism. But does this mean there really is only a single god in this world? Could they be this Lost Belts? Ah, they're back. I'll just have to forget about the heretics for now. Oh God, I pray to you now with the greatest sincerity. I fulfilled my duties as this town's mayor. Please, lend me your protection. Protect the dog.
Oh, Auntie.
Actually, yeah, protect the dog. Do you think the dog gets healed after Mahapralaya? Surely. Surely the god's gonna heal the dog when he remakes it.
No, Auntie. Ajay, I finally managed to convince my husband to let you in. Come on, you can pray in our house till this time.
Ulo just means idiot in this context. It's owl in Hindi. Interesting. Thanks. Come on, Asha.
Wait, I had to carry Vihan. Please be careful, Asha.
If he doesn't, he ain't a god but a devil.
Yes, make sure you're well hidden. I'm sorry your house was destroyed, but I can at least help you rebuild it when this is over. In fact, I can even have the animals in the nearby woods come and help with a single call to action. Thanks, but it's okay. This Yuga's almost about to cycle over. You guys will be careful too.
Yep, just don't throw away your reincarnation now. Or it's not even reincarnation, rebuilding. Reconstruction.
Things are worse here than I thought. This looks like one of those post-nuclear apocalypse RPGs or something. It's even worse because I know what it was supposed to look like.
It's a Fallout player. Unfortunately, if we don't fight back now, the destruction will only get worse. Look, they're here. Ah, the Kali.
So those are the Kali. Yep, they definitely look like Indian demons. Not that I have any idea what Indian demons look like.
Are you sure you're an Indian god?
There are even more of them now than there were yesterday. I'm counting on you, child of Parvati. Whoa, don't do that. Fending off wild beasts is one thing, but I have zero confidence when it comes to fighting actual demons. When you get right down to it, I'm just a shut-in who's never had a job in her life. There's no way I can live up to expectations like that.
I may have been brief. It may have been brief, but I did fight you myself. I have a fair idea of what you're capable of. True. Your power is perfectly adequate. You should be more than capable of fighting alongside us. Rama and I will both be trusting you to watch our backs. That fight was pretty fun against her, with Barghest. I was doing like 10k damage per round, but it was fun.
Well, technically, I guess I am Ganesha now. And I know old Elephant Head's gonna be upset with me if I don't show off his godly side at least a little bit. So, okay, fine. I obviously don't have a choice, so I'll do it already. If any baddies think they can get past this wall of divinely protected flab, they're welcome to try.
Media Lily. Yeah.
I'm glad you're willing to help. But the Nexus hardware and software are working fine. For this fight, I'll be prioritizing long-term stability over explosive output. We're up against a lot of enemies, Master, but let's do our best and push them back.
All good, gents. All good. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good one. Have a good one, gents. Okay, let's see. 6 remaining. Great. Okay, thank you, Koyan. Welcome back. Welcome back. Never forget the invincible Mio. I think I need to make that into an emote as well on Discord. God, that was so annoying. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Hope will Camelot. Come on. Attack my Alter Juna twice. Ew, what the fuck is this? No, I need you to attack me. No, not this one. Oh my god. It's fine. It's fine. I can't even loop anymore. Big. You know what? I'm gonna 1-person NPM. Disintegrate his ass. One person Mahapralaya. The attack Zerker like you asked. No. How did the Kali tank the MP? It's because of this thingy. I have art style. Okay, my Bacastoria is struggling. she's on support. Live support here. Fuck this Kali in particular. He's about to experience this either way when the Kali Yuga rolls over, so you know what, might as well give him a taste of it.
There's so many of them. This is exhausting. May take a break now.
Bouncing off.
What's that? Why do I have all these excess energy stores, Fat, if I'm not going to use them? Okay, I'll hang in there a little longer.
The backhanded motivation from 4. Now, those creatures have shown up too. Things are about to get even busier for us. Oh, is it the angels? The Bicorns. It is. The sacred beasts, that's it.
So the sacred beasts are now here as well. We'll just have to try and get them to focus on the Kali as much as possible. If any of them come after us, we'll have no choice but to take them out. Right. The Nexus output is holding steady. Even after prolonged operation, I can keep going, no problem.
Taiga is Tezza's pseudo. I did see that Tezza is like often called like Jaguar and stuff like that, right? And identified as a jaguar. Interesting.
Alright, here comes the next wave of enemies, Master.
Uh, 3 waves? Bro, how am I... Oh, you know what? This one doesn't require... Actually, I should have done... I don't think this is gonna clear. It's not. Wrong order. It's Bakastoria does less damage. For fuck's sake. Jaggerman is pretty much Taz before Taz. Yeah. I used up all of my Alter Juna Buster cards. Now I won't have them for next wave. Man. It's fine. It's so good. It's all okay. It's okay. This will be a prolonged battle against countless beasts. You might be onto something. You might be onto something. That one. You know what, give me this. Do I have anything here? Yeah, I can do that. It does seem like a pretty fast section though. Even though it's a bunch of arrows, it's a pretty fast one. Attack me once. One time. Come on. Nice. That's enough. That's enough. It's a 50 charge, baby. Okay, I mean, if you want to make sure as well. Me up. Okay, sure. Pretty fast section indeed.
That's the last of... No, they're still coming. Nobody told you this is gonna be a horde mode when you can't even grind out any XP. At least they're coming in waves, so we've been able to keep them at bay. But this feel like we've been fighting them forever.
Yo, what's up, Kev? What's up? Welcome. Given how the townspeople aren't any less fearful now, I'm afraid I'm forced to come to an unfortunate conclusion. Chineko is mad. What do you mean? I suspect the Cali is going to continue for the entire rest of the day. Yeah, seems like a pretty sound conclusion there. It's just what I didn't want to hear. I do apologize. Much as I have a reputation for beating around the bush, nothing could be further from the truth. When certain truths need to be spoken, I have no compunctions about doing it right away, regardless of how unpleasant they may be to hear. No matter. Our task is to continue to fight until our enemies are vanquished. If that means we must fight on until dusk or dawn, then so be it. Though that's not to say you should keep fighting with us, Master. Please, take some rest when you must. It would be bad for all of us if you were to collapse from exhaustion. I'm okay. I've actually been slacking off more than you'd think. I'm fine, I'm chilling. I have the god of this lost belt on my side, don't worry.
Excellent posturing, Master. Very inspirational. That said, this battle has become a true war of attrition. As long as things continue like this, I think we'll be able to prevent any further casualties. Just so you know, Rama, that's exactly the sort of thing you absolutely do not say unless you want things to absolutely get much, much worse.
Yep, you've triggered a flag, Rama. You triggered a red flag here.
There, I knew it. Ganesha can feel something coming.
Could it be the new agent of God I've been hearing rumors about? Oh, who is it? Oh, is it Neja? Is it Neja? Like the cool Neja. That's... Oh no.
It's not the other Neja. It's a new servant you haven't seen before. Be careful, guys.
Okay, who could it be? It could be Duryodhana. It could be Bhima. It could be... Ashwatthama or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Who is it? Come on. The hell? I knew I sensed an unfamiliar divine aura around here, but I sure as hell wasn't expecting this. What's this bullshit? This is pissing me the hell off. What do you think you're doing here, Karna? Hello. Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama. Is he an Indian hero too? That's right. His name is Ashwatthama. I fought for the Kauravas alongside this brave warrior during the Kurukshetra war. He's the son of Drona, my mentor, under whom we both trained. He's both my friend and... Invite now. I'm your enemy, Karna.
What do you mean? Didn't you just say he was your friend, Karna?
Ashwattham? Really? It's Ashwattham, that's how it's pronounced? Huh. I spoke the truth. But now, he and I are both servants bound to obey our master's orders. If our masters are at odds with one another, then of course that makes us enemies. Yeah, exactly. It's so damn obvious, it's maddening. I couldn't agree more, damn it.
Yeah, is he always this angry? He looks like he's gonna be as tough to communicate with as Karna, though for real different reasons. Bros and punks are the hardest kinds of people for Sharins to deal with.
That's just how he is. Though I do think he used to be a little more composed. By the way, Ashwattham, who's your master now? Ha! Just hearing you ask that pisses me off. You'll figure that out soon enough.
We already ran into a master candidate here. Maybe he's Pepperoncino's servant too.
I'm not so sure. Strictly speaking, we still have no evidence that the other Neja we met is Pepperoncino's servant either. True?
Never mind who his master is for now. We've got more than enough to digest just by having a new servant to deal with. Well, since he's shown up now, there's not much question as to why he's here.
That also pisses me off. Cause, of course it's obvious. I can't let you lot run around doing whatever the hell you want. Now we've got to fight another servant too. Oi, Karna, don't you dare go easy on him just because you know him. Do you really think I would?
Beep. Sorry about that. I think Gordy just forgot who he was talking to. I'm getting bored just sitting around doing nothing, so I think I'll speak up too. I know Karna already told you who Ashwattham is, but his perspective is colored by having known him in life. Since I only know of him from the Mahabharata, let me give you one more piece of objective information about how Ashwattham is depicted there. In the Mahabharata, He's said to be just as strong as Karna, if not stronger. So, be careful.
Yup.
What? You don't mean this guy is actually on Karna's level?
I won't deny that. I was never the strongest warrior, even back when I was studying under Drona.
Then we shouldn't even consider going easy on him. Well, we'll need to keep our guard up at all times. Exactly. Be extra careful when facing him, guys.
Got it. Let's go.
This is clearly no time to be conserving energy. Switching Urtenex over to anti-student combat mode.
How is this battle not considered? Well, I guess we'll see.
Armored shoulder, mesh carrier light, preparing to engage in full-powered combat. Awaiting your orders, Meister.
Oh, I'm mad as hell. Now that I'm a servant, anger is the only thing I feel. My whole spirit origin is built on it. So, even though I haven't fought you since we last crossed swords while training under my old man, Karna, I feel no nostalgia, no joy. The only thing I have, the only thing I feel, the only thing I am now is rage. Okay. Well, apparently this is not considered a boss battle by the mods, so that's nice. That's handy. Oh, what's his... Wait, actually, let me do a quick look-see look. Here we go, K-Star. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. We could go for lore accurate here, you know. MP4 level 80 Karna. Great. Oh, fuck it, let's go lore accurate. Might as well. And then let's do the other things. You know what? That's fine. That's... Who needs supports when you have a stacked team? Yeah, fuck it. Okay.
魔術師ども、糖分は取らなくちゃ。惑うことなし。祝そうか。問題だと思った。
Let me just make sure.
あっちだね。
Weird definition of stack team. What do you mean? I have Alter Juna and Bakastoria. That's only... That's stacked. Stacked with damage. It's just the glass cannon team. Oh, how much do you get for this? Not enough. Shit. That's fine. We can start it out. Okay. This stack team of mine is starting to show cracks, not gonna lie.
対厄祭大儀式開門ロンゴミミアドからエクスカリバーに変装聖剣抜刀最新よ我らが罪を許したまえ
It's fine. Nice. That's fine. That's good. What about the two missing C's in the backline? You don't need those if your frontline never dies.
だと思った
That was fast.
シャークセイバー
Didn't crit. Okay, that's fine.
だと思った
Wait, I don't even think the skills. It's fine. I don't want to use the NP yet. You didn't crit! It's fine. It's okay. Big damage. It's fine. That's why we have guts. Don't... That's what you get from greeting. It's fine though.
知識とバロー切りつける
そこだ
Can you crit? What? Okay, we're just building up for the final wave, by the way. That's why...
開いた
Okay.
そっちなんだ
よかろう殲滅だ
Okay. Okay. Good shit.
検索を開始検索を開始
Ashavatam? I've been told it's Ashavatam. Now, how accurate that is? Depends. But I've been told it's Ashavatam.
細かすぎる
Divine? Go!
掲げるは我が胸の灯火たぎる光を我が行く先を開けバロッテス
Alexandrios!
神々の王の慈悲を知れ絶滅とはこの一筋インドライ活目しろ
That's fuck shield.
バサビーシャティ
That's some big damage right there. Bro got blown into the new Yuga.
Now I see. I can indeed tell for myself that you and Kana studied under the same master.
Now that looking type his name in chat. Nope. I will not. I will not. Yeah? Freaking infuriates me to admit it. But you're not bad yourself, Brett. In fact, you kinda remind me of someone. Parashurama. Or maybe Krishna. Close, close. Oh, Krishna is the avatar of Vishnu? Oh. Oh, the more you know. Interesting.
I can see why you would think that. Those two are the avatars of Vishnu, just as I am. I'm Rama, king of Kusala.
That's so. Well, let me give you a little tip. In this last bout, I wouldn't go around bragging about being the avatar of a god. You might not like what happens.
What do you mean by...
Hold it. Something else is headed your way. It's not reading like a Kali or a sacred beast. Wait, these are servants, and not just one, there are several. Oh shit. What? What? Why is William Tell here? What the fuck? Ah yes, of course, the most Indian of them all. Looks like you're out of time. Ashavatam. Yeah, Ashavatam.
Recommendation. Seize this game. It's meaningless.
Okay. Ass clap as well.
I concur. There's no point in your game, or in us being here. I swear, I don't even know why we came along at all.
Huh? What? Okay. I see. The full Indian squad is here. I guess. Zeno, yo, welcome Zeno. Hi. Welcome Zeno. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All good, Zeno, all good.
Master, get back! There are two servants I've never seen before and... I guess the other ninja was on the enemy side after all. We already know how strong she is. Be very careful not to let your guard down, Master.
Whoa there. Slow down, girlie. We're not here to fight.
Huh?
Shh. You guys piss me off. First, you make me come all this way to see what's up. Then you just show up anyway.
So they're Ashwatham's allies. But why would so many servants band together like this?
Anger, unnecessary. We need only obey him. We haven't sensed... we haven't sensed Indian gods...
Wait, what was the voice?
We haven't sensed Indian gods here in a long time. I don't blame him for being interested, even if it's pointless. Why are they looking at me like that? I haven't done anything wrong aside from eating like a elephant. Delivery Matt, are you seeing this? Or rather, not seeing it?
Yeah, the Kali and Second Beast are all gone.
Yep, I think we might have just accomplished our initial goal of keeping this town safe. So that's cause for celebration. There may be not too much since we've now got a new, much more difficult obstacle instead. If you aren't here to fight, why are you here?
And then we mention it. We're accompanying him. He told us to come along, so we did. That's all there is to it.
This him you speak of, is he your master?
Something like that. We're close enough anyway. Either way, it's only natural we'd obey him. After all, he's the only god here. The one final god. Look, here he comes. Yo! He's coming here!
This reading. Actually, I'm sure you can all see this as well. Look up in the sky.
Yeah, I think you Indian heroes might just recognize that. We know what it is too. Though the only time we saw someone riding it was a decidedly non-Indian king of heroes. It's about a flying chariot and a ship. A floating palace that serves as transport for the gods that's said to even be capable of ascending into space.
It's the Gorikaku. Again, the pentagram. A white Vimana. Ooh, he's so cool!
Who's that riding it? Is that...
He looks different, but I still recognize his face. I would never mistake him for anyone else. So, I can say with certainty. It's Gilgamesh! He's so cool! My boy! Oh my god, Paco! Oh, why are you so good, Paco? That's Arjuna. Apple pods. Oh man. Holy. This is the same ship that Gilgamesh uses, right? By the way. Vimana. Arjuna, really?
Not the one recorded in Chaldea, of course. You must have an altogether different spirit origin here.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I thought so. No.
No.
I feel like he has a bit of a softer voice than Karna.
No. Once, I may have been known as Arjuna, but now, I'm a god.
What's going on? It feels like my hair is standing on end. Yeah, I feel it too. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm getting chills. But I do know that no good guy would ever go around introducing himself as a god.
You might be onto something.
With the obvious exception of Ganesha, since he's the real deal.
So, beings with divine power have come down from the outside. An avatar of Vishnu, a child of Parvati, and Karna, son of Surya. So that is all of you.
Don't forget about us, normal humans. The ants. Don't forget about us ants here.
That's right, the Master of Chaldea and his servant are here as well.
You usually wouldn't even look at us if you're not gods. Look at you. But you guys are idiots, so idiotic it's infuriating. Thanks to that, now he's noticed you too. Which means you guys are done for. Now that you've come all this way to see them for yourself, what do you think?
Nothing. Huh? This ended up being no more than a fleeting diversion. I thought I might feel something, but there was nothing. To me, as I am now, all these foreign elements I see below me are equally defective, immature, and worthless. They do not belong in a perfect world. In that sense, they are evil. God has witnessed defective beings. God has witnessed evil. They have no place in the next Yuga.
Well, there he goes. I guess he's not gonna give us any orders then. He's so cool. He's so cool. Oh, he's like actually an extreme version of Gilgamesh, of being like wanting only like the perfect world, only the people who are worthy to be in his world.
Conclusion: impossible, futile, meaningless. Nothing and no one can break his concentration. We'll just have to wait. Man, this really was a waste of time. I knew I should have just ignored all this and kept going with my research. Yeah. I know that means I'll be gone in the next Yuga. I just wanted to vent.
What's going on?
Crap. Arjuna's gathering an unbelievable amount of energy around him.
He's about to Kamehameha us. Kamehamehas. Oh, he actually is a Dragon Ball character, bro. He's so cool.
Indeed, the sheer energy for this noble phantasm, if it can even be called that, is nothing like I've ever seen. In fact, several of our sensors have been overloaded while trying to measure it.
What? That can't possibly be good. Hurry up and do something. Hear me, Arjuna. You think I'm defective, immature, worthless. God Arjuna. Look at me. Look me in the eye. Take up your arms and pay attention, Arjuna. Otherwise, this spear will be put to a cowardly use, and I don't want that. Even after all that, you would still ignore me, Arjuna!
Karna, I understand you took a lot of history, and I'm sure there are rules you are bound to as warriors of Kuru. But neither of those is true for me. As far as I'm concerned, he's already started this fight. And as I'm sure you know, when I decide to do something, I do it, whether my enemies are paying attention to me or not. Master, I'm going to use everything I've got to stop him. Requesting permission to release my noble phantasm. Permission granted. Now, let him have it. Brahmastra!
Just bounced off of him. Nothing.
Rama? I think your MP might be bugging out, because it didn't look like it worked on him at all. What? That can't be. That blade even destroyed the great Rakshasa, Ravana. How could it have...
I understand your shock and confusion, but since we must rely on accurate information, let me be clear. Your noble phantasm did not so much as scratch him.
You caught up why immediately? Okay, I can see. Indian DBZ, yeah. I mean, the Mahabharata itself, or just a lot of Indian mythology, is kind of like DBZ-esque, so... Makes sense.
Furthermore, he did not take any sort of defensive action against it. It simply failed to do anything to him.
That lines up with what I saw too, though I still can't believe it.
At first I thought it might be an effect of the enormous amount of power he's concentrating near him, but that doesn't appear to be the case either. Which would mean he possesses some sort of anti-interference ability that not even Rama's noble phantasm can penetrate. But how is that possible?
Be that as it may, Vikings are notoriously stubborn. I could never hope to find Shita if I were to give up now. I need to try again, but I won't hesitate to use anything or anyone. Help me, son of Surya.
Please help him, Karna. If that is your order, Master. Hurry up, hurry it up. Whatever's going on there, the pressure's still building. Now, get a move on before it's too late. Alright, this time, I want you both to... Oh, you will not see what's going on here. Oh. Oh! Wait, also is Peperoncino also designed by Paco, by the way? He kind of has that color scheme and that style, but I could be wrong though.
Forget it. It won't work. Don't take this the wrong way, but...
Yes? Okay. I see. Makes sense.
But neither Rami's nor Karni's noble phantasm will have a chance against them. Trust me, he outclasses you guys in every way, after all. He's every Indian god rolled into one single super being.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! He's the Giga God. Oh my god. This is Gods 2, the sequel. Gods 2 Electric Boogaloo, here he is. Okay, I think this is a boss fight. I guess it's against Ash. Ashavatam. Act 5, Arrow 2. Yep, that sounds about right. That means... Wait, let me see what kind of wheel we're doing as well. Regular. Survey says... How many millions of gods is that into one? That's like a lot of gods. Frontline only? Nice. That's doable. That should be pretty doable. And then classes... We're fighting an archer, so... I'm down for a lancer. I'm just down for not a saber, actually. That was suspiciously close. It's fine, though. Archer. A fuck ton of gods, yeah. Does Orion get demonic? Debuff immune. He doesn't get ignored invincible, right? No. No. Because Ashavatam has invincible in his kit. So there's a part of me that kind of just wants a ignore invincible. That would be very handy. And I can just go Super Orion with ignore invincible and like OS, you know? Emmanuel, I'm not going for... Actually, wait. Maybe. Wait. Ignore Invincible is on his MP? Was it... Did I just not see it? Oh. Shit. Shit. You might be onto something. Okay, that's good. Then let me just take a Super Orion with, something, I don't know. I feel like Super Orion can, solo this shit. Ash versus Ash? Surely. Surely, yeah. He's gonna die so fast. I'm just gonna do this. So we can front. I'm down for this. I feel like this is fine. We can do this. I swear to God, if it's more than one, there's no way it's more than one wave. It's you.
Peperoncino. Wow, here we are, together again, and much sooner than I expected. I was going to just sit back and watch, but I just had to say something after seeing how utterly dense you are. We can talk more later, though. Right now, you need to skedaddle. Chop chop.
What? You're an enemy too. Why should we listen to anything you have to...
Well, what if I told you that I was only up in those mountains because I was running from Neja? And that Neja only stopped fighting you guys because tracking me down was a higher priority. What I mean is that they're my enemies as much as yours.
Bro's been on the run from his own lost belt.
I see. So that Arjuna is the master of all those servants, including Neja. Then our young Scandinavia Peperoncino can be the master of none. There appears to be no evidence to the contrary either. I really don't have the time to lay it all out for you right now. I guess I'll have to try the direct approach. Yes, I'm a crypter, and I know we're on opposing sides, but I promise you I'm not lying.
He failed the charisma check. Yep. He got a critical failure.
If you don't get out of here right now, it'll be the end of everything.
But what about the townspeople?
It's okay. You don't have to worry about them. The ones who are fine are well and truly fine, and the ones who aren't, well, you can't help them now anyway.
I guess so. What's done is done.
The only thing I can say for sure is that there's a very good reason why you all need to get out of here as fast as you possibly can. Possibly can. If that's still not enough to convince you, then I'll have to resort to cliches instead of logic. The truth is, right now, this is the only weapon I've got. Ready? Here goes. I hope you'll trust me on this. Pepperoncino. What do we do?
I believe I might trust him. Look at him. He's the GOAT.
Same. Pepperoncino's a good person. I can't imagine he would ever try to deceive anyone.
Please don't be foreshadowing. Please don't be a red flag. A good person, huh? From my perspective, you seem to be.
What? A show off?
No, if nothing else, I agree that you aren't lying. I have no objections to Master's decision. What? You believe him? You trust him but not Melt? He's hotter.
Phil decisions. Phil decisions trump everything, Mr. Goldov. Get used to it. Alright then, hurry up and make your way out of... Oh, well, hello there. Hello, Ashwatam. Long time no see.
I guess so. Pisses me the hell off to see you here, ex-master. Oh shit. My contract with you is being completely overwritten. Any connection we had is long gone.
Ah, well, that's too bad. I don't suppose you'll let me go celebrate us no longer being master and servant, would you?
Hell no. I can't just let you guys walk out of here. Now that the big boss decided he wants you gone, it's my job as one of his Lokapala to see it done.
Well, that puts me in a pretty pickle. Would you say all the others feel the same way?
How should I know? But I guess they wouldn't do anything unless they were directly ordered to. Pisses me off. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, but don't get me wrong. It's not because I don't care about my job. I'm just confident that you're more than capable of handling this alone, Ashwatam. Confidence is hugely important, you know. It's just like hunting. It's a bad idea to work too hard when you're confident in your position. If you go around hunting down mountain animals when you don't need to, the mountains will end up dead. Is your position the only one you're standing... Wait. Is your position the only reason you're standing in your way, Ashwatam? Nah. There's more to it than that. I know if I stop you guys from getting away now, it'll get us one step closer to this perfect world. And you know what? I want to see this perfect world. I admit it. Which means I got no choice but to stop you. So I'm gonna beat all your asses down. And then I'm gonna kick back and watch you all get sucked into the dissolution. Oh god.
The dissolution? What do you mean? So the time for words is over, huh? Then I guess I better get ready to respond in kind. If nothing else, I can understand them a lot better than being way up here.
Than the being way up there.
Let's take him down and secure a way out of here, Master.
He's just charging up in the background. How scary is that? So you still refuse to look my way, Arjuna? No, right now. I have another role to fulfill. Awaiting your orders, Master. Let's make our way through. Okay, first boss fight of today. Let's see it. Surely, Super Orion can just Giga Chat his way through this. What? Okay. No break bars?
これは私も手伝わないわけにはいかないみたいね。捉えられるかしら。
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So I just wait.
はいよっと。おいほいよ。酔いしれなさい。
Thank you.
我が矢の届かぬ者はいない。
Bust it up. Okay, that's fine. Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, can you please, like, hurry it up, you know?
では行くぞ。はいよ。おいほい。 はいよ。
I'll be wait, it's fine.
そらそらそら。せい。
I didn't hit a single time. Thank God I didn't use the skill. Look at its skill. Okay, how long is my wait? Is it a one-time evade or is it turn-gated? 1 turn, 3 left. Okay, well, here's what it is. So he only strips defense buffs from with his MP, but my evade's gonna run out. Okay, that's fine. Whatever, bro. Even though I'm gonna do this, it's fine if I use this. Also, yeah, it's fine. C-stars and attack buff. Surely he's demonic. Go.
アルテミス、その力を貸してくれ。お前と一緒なら負ける気がしない。
Thank you, Artemis.
アグノス。
Okay. Almost killed him. He's so cool. Super Orion. Okay. Crit. Bro? I was ready for you to... It's fine. Imagine if you had strip buffs. That would not be fun. It's just strip defense buffs, right? A tiny bit scary, you know? A tiny bit scary when this happens. But it's okay. Ah, now you crit everyone. This one as well? Of course. Not the previous one. Great. Stand still, damn it.
Pepper's using Magecraft to help us. He's not doing any damage, but he's moving so fast that the enemy can't focus on us. Now's our chance.
I'm pretty sure we don't have a boss fight for a long time now. I think it's section 8.
Can't say I've seen a spell to speed you up quite like that. It looks like it just lets you move around really quickly, plain and simple. Want to know how it works? Well, it's like its name suggests. I use the power of love to bend space around me. He's obviously lying, but we'll just have to leave it at that for the moment. The important thing is, the enemy is vulnerable now. There are no life forms nearby.
Wait, let me just do this.
And you're a good distance away from the town now, so don't worry about holding back.
Oh! Wasabi Shakti! Dedicated reading stream. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's a direct hit. That should do. What?
Oh, he does more damage the lower health he is. What the hell was that, Karna? He's gonna take a hell of a lot more than that to kill me.
The attack did hurt him, that much is certain, but he's recovering from the damage at an alarming rate.
I see you've changed since I last saw you, Ashavatam. Ha! What'd you expect? You're the one who died first. Losing to Arjuna are old people. I did. I won't deny it.
Hey now, slow your roll there, people. You don't have to finish him off just yet, okay? The important thing is, he's hurt enough for us to get past him now. So come on, hurry.
He's right, let's go. Damn it, get back here. Nuh-uh. Catch me if you can.
Just so you guys know, since I'm Ganesha and all, I can actually run faster than you think. Way faster than any ordinary human. I don't even get tired easily. Not that easily. But I do feel tired, and for a NEET like me, that's the worst thing of all. There's no one else in this world who hates running as much as we do.
Complaining about it won't make it easier. Just be quiet and keep running. Even Karna's getting a bit, annoyed.
I only said it because I was hoping you'd take the hint and carry me.
I can't. I would be crushed under your weight. Perhaps that's owed to the weight of Ganesha's divine power. Yeah, surely.
Hey, I'm not that heavy. By the way, why are you running away with us? I thought you were our enemy.
I have my reasons. Arjuna didn't see me as an enemy before now, so I was fine as long as I was just laying low. But since Neja found me in the mountains, and especially now that I've helped all of you, I'm pretty sure he's decided I don't have a place in this world.
Well, this is the Kali Yuga, so we're about to get Mahabharata if we don't do something. We can't really run away from a Mahabharata, I'm pretty sure.
Basically, now I'm qualified to be a collateral damage.
I'm Pepe. I'm still not sure what that means.
Sorry, Mashi, but you really need to focus on moving those legs, not your mouth. We need to hurry, honey. If we don't get away in time, it's curtains for all of us.
How far away do we need to run?
You're kidding me. You really don't even know that. Alright then, I'll just have to explain as we run. Arjuna there is about to destroy and remake everything in this last belt.
Yeah.
Dissolution and rebirth, destruction and reconstruction, cataclysm and genesis. As the last god of this world, all of that is within his capability.
Huh?
The reason he's taking so long to charge up is because he needs time to gather the ridiculous amount of energy he needs to pull that off.
He's filling up his MP gauge.
And if any of us get caught up in the destruction and rebirth of this world, we'll end up disappearing completely. 100%, absolutely guaranteed. No recourse, no way out, nothing.
So, do we need to go to the Shadow Border and go out to the Lost Belt until this is over and then go back in?
That's quite difficult to believe. But that enormous mass of energy were to keep growing at an accelerated rate, I suppose it's not impossible. But then if that's true, what happens to the world after it's been recreated? What about the life forms? I'll fill you in on that later. But right now, I'm just answering Delivery Matt's question of how far we need to run. So now that you know, I'm pretty sure you can figure out what you have to do to avoid a massive noble phantasm capable of destroying an entire world, right? You're the only ones with an evasive measure that can get around that. I'm counting on it to save my skin too.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say, how did you survive the previous Mahabharatas, but or Mahapralayas, but it makes sense. It's only now that he's decided that he isn't fit for this world anymore. So previously he just rebuilt him. Border Zero Cell.
Exactly. I'm glad you worked it out.
Naturally, I figured that might be the case, so I've got the engine all warmed up and ready to go. Let's figure out where to rendezvous, and we'll head right there. We'll head there right now and come pick you guys up.
Okay, let's go.
I'll admit, it's risky. I'm not sure what will happen if Arjuna becomes aware of the border too. But right now, it's the only hope we have.
Hold it. Just a damn minute. You want us to let the Cryptor onto the border and let him experience a Zero Cell on top of that? Preposterous. Absolutely out of the question. Yeah, bro, 2 of the 3 Cryptors up until this point have been in our border before, so... I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. I know we've had a Cryptor on board before, but I was strictly as a prisoner, not to mention there was an extenuating circumstance.
Naturally, neither Da Vinci nor I have discounted the risks in this course of action. But right now, the most important thing by far is ensuring Delivery Mat's safety.
Even Koyan entered it? True.
All other considerations are secondary at best. Besides,
I mean, Ophelia was on board, though. It was just, she wasn't doing the hottest when she was on board.
just look at him. Once he makes up his mind to trust someone, there's nothing any of us can say to persuade him otherwise. Especially since he's the one out there doing all the heavy lifting. Oh, I thought we'd been over this already. At this point, I'm just a single, powerless mage. I don't even have a servant anymore. I'd say that more than qualifies me as a prisoner, personally.
A prisoner, huh? I do still regret how Cadox and Lupus ended up getting away. If I look at this as another chance to gain some valuable information about the Cryptors, maybe the reward is worth the risk. Alright, I'll make a special exception just this once, but he's to be kept under tight security at all times.
Thank you, Director Gordolf. I've got the border's rendezvous point coordinates. Let's get there as fast as we can, Master.
Let's run for it. Let's go.
Sheesh, I finally got a chance to survive. All that's left now is one simple question.
Heyo. What's up?
Will we make it in time?
Depends on how good his hand is, how fast he can charge up the MP. Arjuna's just watching from the sky, yeah.
Are you okay, Master? We're almost there. Just hang in there a little long. On second thought, now that we've come this far, I doubt anyone else will try to attack us. I'll carry you the rest of the way. You too, Fo.
Yeah?
Are we at the rendezvous point yet? Damn. Even with all the distance between us, the pressure from Arjuna is only growing stronger. I never felt the air turn so stifling before. Stifling? Not even when Ravana nicked my throat with his sword, or Kumbhakarna the giant's foot was hovering above my head. This isn't normal. I'm not usually afraid of anything except losing Shita. But for some time now, I've been getting chills all the way down to my spirit origin.
Karna is so locked in.
Calculating expected arrival time based on our current speed and distance. Setting estimate limits based on current observation records. Results. Putting those together, we get... Well, what is it, man? Why aren't you saying anything? Oi! The only parameter we can adjust now is our speed. We'll just have to hurry as best as we can. If you happen to install a secret acceleration system while you were working on the border, Captain, this is the moment to reveal it.
I think I have time for that. All I did was make sure all the existing systems were working.
We should just be able to rendezvous in time if we use all our resources and go at top speed. The real problem is... I'll make as much headway on my end as I can. Please hurry, Da Vinci. It's done. Extracting unified divine powers from all divinities. Condensing process complete. Using the 10th to control execution. Deployment preparation. Begin.
I don't think we made it, guys. I think this is GG. I think we're dead. I think LB4 won the race. Who's that? Do we get remade?
This is... This is it. We're done for. It's all over now. I can tell too. It couldn't have been more clear. That was. It's something we absolutely have to evade.
Oh shit.
Please hurry up, Da Vinci.
We're here.
Sorry for the wait. Come on in, guys. The hatch is wide open. Everyone on board? Okay, shutting the hatch now.
So we made it?
Well, that wasn't so bad. You really had me going there, Holmes. Wouldn't is having a bit of fun with us in lieu of Watson's absence. We're not out of the woods yet. The problem is riding to Zero Cell.
Let's go.
What?
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
It doesn't just happen automatically at the push of a button. I did everything I could to prepare in advance. But even if we skip some of the checklist, go with the bare minimum, and turn a blind eye to everything else, it won't work. Even if we perform the operations as fast as possible, it's still not enough. It's a difference of only 5 seconds, maybe even less, between the time we need to, and the time when Arjun releases his noble phantasm.
But those are the 5 seconds we just don't have. Bro, you've been talking for 20 seconds here. Come on.
No. Hold it. Hold on just a damn minute. Which one of you just went outside in their spirit form?
Nemo? Karna? Karna. That wave earlier. Now I see. I don't understand it, but I can sense it. It's true. This world is going to be destroyed, then remade. If we're caught in that, we'll disappear. Karna, don't you dare die, Karna. We need you here. We can't let you be erased, Master. So I'm going to do what I must to ensure you survive.
Karna, you don't mean...
5 seconds? Leave it to me. By setting everything I have ablaze and becoming the very radiance of the sun, even this Arjuna will not be able to consume it all at once. For at least these 5 seconds, I'll make sure he knows who I am. Put Mash outside and so she sacrifices herself.
But if you do that, you'll... Come on, Karna. You can do this. Be reasonable.
You can't ask you to sacrifice yourself for my sake. There's no other way. Get ready to set sail.
Holmes! I'm working on it. It'll just be a bit longer.
That's it. Any servant will do the same. That's what I want. You need not worry about me. Man, that sucks. He would be so good in this last belt.
Don't you dare let his sacrifice be in vain. Now, sit down and buckle up.
Shh. You didn't even talk to me before you left. You've got a lot of nerve going off on your own like that, Karna. You're truly the great hero of benefaction, a warrior among warriors. As they say nowadays, you live up to the hype and then some. I'll take care of things from here. You give him hell.
Thank you.
Entering final phase of emergency dive preparations. Initiating countdown. How much time do we have until the attack hits us? So little that I have not spent answering that question.
Wait, you can... This isn't...
Aww. Arjuna, this may go without saying, but there are a few things I want more than to run you through. Mahapralaya is supposed to come at the end of Brahma cycle, which is 100,000 Yuga cycles or 113 trillion years. Yeah, I did look it up as well, and we are currently apparently in the Kali Yuga, which has been happening for the past 5,000-ish years, and it's supposed to go down for another, like, I think 500,000-ish, 450,000 years. I couldn't even take advantage of this briefest of opportunities to try and do so now. But at this moment, I'm a servant sworn to protect my master. I'm not here to meekly accept this outcome, nor resign myself to my fate. I'm here to stand before you with pride, so that you may ignore me with disdain. So today, I'll not be taking up my spear. Instead, oh! God has cast his gaze downward. These defects are unnecessary, and therefore evil. Begone, evil. You have no place in the new Yuga, the new world. I will now wield the sword of the god who ends all things. I will cut off the world. From the rifts of the world, in the world, made by the blade, clear purification will burst forth. Terminus and Genesis will cycle anew. Sword of Dissolution, let your blade fall. Mahapralaya! He said the thing! He said the thing! Behold, these are the shining armor and earrings given to me by Surya, god of the sun. But know this, once I transform myself into the light's radiance, this gold will no longer be my armor. It will merely be a sign that I'm burning bright as the sun, here where you can see it. Hawacha and Kundara!
Golden armor.
Sick! Ugh.
He activated his defense with Noble Phantasm, but even with his protection... Karna!
It's alright. I don't know how I know you, but I know you well. And though I can't explain it, I have every confidence that we will one day meet again. Yeah. So don't be so sad. Don't be sad, and please, take care of Master for me. Ah, I wanted Karna with us. Fuck.
There, Shadow Water, untethered from reality, Void Space Dive, Zero Cell, unfurl.
think this is more than 5 seconds. It's anime time. It's fine. What? The fuck is this? Oh, I was like, what? What's Leonidas doing here? Okay. There's no lost belt. Yep. The relic called falsehood. Bro got jumpscared by the menu. I did. Did we make it?
Good grief. Talk about escaping by the skin of one's teeth. We may have paid a heavy price, but at least we managed to protect what we absolutely needed to.
Man. Oh, that's such a massive blow.
Even wearing indestructible armor imbued with the Sun God's power, there's only so much one can do when the very world crumbles away. Truth be told, I'm impressed he lasted as long as he did. That was a feat akin to holding back all the waters of the ocean or catching a falling star with one's bare hands. There are few heroes in all of history who could have withstood a cataclysm like that, even just for a few seconds. For us, those few seconds were truly the difference between life and death.
Even in this story, Arjuna defeated Karna.
Karna, hero of benefaction, I salute your strength and devotion. You have my eternal thanks.
First Nisha, now Karna. We've barely just gotten here and we've already lost 2 of our servants.
Yep, that is pretty rough compared to the other lost belts.
As cold-hearted as this may sound, we can't move on if we keep on our focus on the past. Let's go over what we've gained as well.
True.
Yes, I know. You're right. Go ahead, Holmes.
That way of light we observed just now, just before we dived, contained a truly unbelievable amount of magical energy. More than enough to convince me it was capable of destroying this entire lost belt. If I hadn't already seen it with my own eyes. No one hero should ever be able to wield power of that scale. But given that he clearly can, there must be a reason for that. We've even heard a few hints towards his nature already. The final god. Every Indian divinity rolled into one. So now, I think we'd best hear more about him from someone I believe is truly uniquely qualified to answer. Let me come right to the point. What is he? Okay. Now seems like as good as time as any for a bit of a chat.
Let's see. Come on, drop the lore on us.
Plus, now that you've shown me what the reverse side of the world looks like, it's only fair that I reciprocate, no?
Drop the lore on us, Pepe. The rift, is this Pepe? I don't know. The rift between worlds, the inside of nothingness, the gap between heaven and earth, the space outside the universe. Here, where a single moment spans an eternity, only he and the few beings he acknowledges are able to exist.
Storage records, organizations, complete, commencing, reconstruction.
That's right, he's here. The third alter ego. The third disciple.
Delightful! What a delightful way of molding the world as you see fit. I don't think I'll ever get tired of watching it. It's so unilateral, so transcendent, and above all, so violently correct. Oh, what a blessing it is to witness it so closely.
Oh shit, she looks so cool. Oh, the second disciple. Is the third one here as well? Fuck it.
If you say so. Personally, I think it's just plain boring. Heward had a perfect chance to get rid of the Chaldean clowns, and he let them get away. What was he thinking?
Unnecessary defects deleted. Continuing logic absorption and conceptual repairs. Oh my! You really should be more careful. You're lucky. He seems not to have heard you this time. Wait, not to have heard you this time. Yeah, okay. If he decides we're defective and unnecessary too, we won't be able to escape the recreation process either. He's a god after all. He gets to make those sorts of judgments. Right now, the Chaldeans are little more than pests to be cleaned up along with the rest of the trash. If he did decide to deliver Matt and his little gang were truly unnecessary, he would send one of his Lokapala to handle them. It's not our place to say anything, let alone to do so impertinently. No! All we need to do is stand back and merely spectate as he recreates this world into his own little perfect sandcastle. It may be wrong to draw plans and create molds when it comes to making sandcastles, but as they say, if this is wrong, I don't want to be right. Why doesn't anyone else try their hand at it? The more we repeat the process, the closer we'll get to making the perfect plans and mold. At the rate we're going now, why? I expect it won't be long at all before we get there. Yes, I suppose the sand we're using may get worn and tattered the more we destroy and rebuild. But that's a small price to pay to bring such grand projection to its conclusion, don't you think? So of course, we'll keep going.
The Foreign God's disciples consist of 3 alter egos. But this monk is one to be especially wary of. Part of it is that he's very much rotten to the core. But it also couldn't be more obvious that in the end, he's going to cast off the few inhibitions he has, wreck everything in his path, and move on to do it all again somewhere else.
Yo, what's up?
What's with that look? Are you saying I only dislike him because he reminds me of myself?
Actually, no, I'm not gonna say anything. This is spoiler territory.
I'm a patient woman, but even I can only take being lumped in with something like that for so long.
Okay. Okay. From what we know, Koyan is also a disciple of the Foreign God. From what we've been told, right? She's not an alter ego from what I know, but yeah.
Why don't you open your mouth and actually say something for once? Or is your job really just observing and nothing else?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I guess you didn't need to say anything there. Your actions couldn't have said... Your actions couldn't have said, I can already see where this is going louder than if you brought a megaphone.
Because the way that she was talking about it here is very strange, but... something to keep in mind.
Alright. I'll just make do with modest gains in this last belt and focus on finding out what that monk is up to. After all, I certainly don't want him getting in the way of my own future plans.
Final value allotments confirmed. Entering execution. Or executing.
Oh. Puzzle.
Thus, the world is reborn. Its cycle begins anew.
Tunk. Ticks over. Yep. XXXXX Yuga Cycle. Inception.
So, I'm sure you've all at least figured out this much, but that Arjuna is the core of this Indian lost belt. He's the reason this world became part of the pruning theoretical phenomenon. Let's see, to tie to Holmes's earlier question,
The Nolan movie? That's the one. Holmesies.
This world was pruned away because, in it, he gained the power you've just witnessed.
What happened exactly?
Just so you know, this is almost all speculation on my part, okay? There's no one around who can prove what really happened. Anyway, I don't know exactly where he got all that power from.
Or where he got... no. When he got all that power, oh my god.
Or when this world became strangled from proper human history. All I know is that it was a long time ago, but I can make an educated guess. It's probably during the Mahabharata.
Okay.
Something happened right around when the war it depicts came to an end, something that led to Arjuna acquiring every divinity in India.
So, wait, was the Mahabharata happening in the same time that it was written in? Like, I think it was written somewhere around like 300 BC, somewhere around there. Like a few hundred BC. Was it also, were the events of Mahabharata also happening in that same time, or were they happening prior to it? I'm actually not sure.
Right. You mentioned that earlier. Then it's really true.
It would certainly make a kind of paradoxical sense, given that what we've seen thus far. A feat as extraordinary as they're making the entire world simply wouldn't be possible without an equally extraordinary background. But it still doesn't explain how it happened. This is also just speculation, but I think he probably acquired the divinities in phases. In the most plausible explanation I can think of, he probably started by acquiring Vishnu's power.
Acquiring Vishnu's power, okay.
Since his closest friend, Krishna, was one of Vishnu's avatars.
Yep.
What's more, Krishna was said to have one of the strongest connections to Vishnu of all his avatars. Not that I'm saying you're weak, of course, Rami.
I'm perfectly able to understand the point you're making. Never mind the placations.
Placations?
Just keep going.
You got it, Han. So, if Arjuna somehow got Vishnu's divinity from Krishna, peacefully or otherwise, it stands to reason that it could have laid the groundwork to do the same with the other divinities. Vishnu is one of the most powerful gods in all of Indian mythology, after all.
Did Shiva and Brahma have their own avatars as well? Like how Vishnu did? Actually, I'm not sure. Probably.
I expect he went around hungrily unifying all the other Indian gods in this last belt one by one after that. Indra, even Shiva and Brahma were no exception.
Oh well. I guess he went to the source. It makes sense.
So once he'd absorbed all the divinities, he became what he is now. An Arjuna with divine power over death and creation, ruler of this last belt, incapable of destroying and rebuilding everything alike. No, you can't even call him Arjuna. You can't even call him Arjuna anymore. He may have started as Arjuna, but he's something else altogether now.
Yeah?
That's why he no longer has a shred of the heroic Arjuna's personality.
It's weird. It gets weird, okay.
You saw that for yourselves, didn't you?
Yeah, he was nothing like the Arjuna we know.
Yeah, he seemed disconnected, mechanical. I'm not sure how best to describe it, but it did seem very clear that we won't be able to reason with him.
Technically, this would not be the first such entity we've met. If you'll think back to Scandinavia, Chitonoi was an amalgamation of 3 divine spirits.
I guess so. But is it the same?
But Arjuna would seem to be on another scale altogether. So much so it's hard to believe they're in the same category.
It's Neja all over again.
At this point, it's all too plausible to accept that he's neither human nor servant, but an entirely new divine conceptual being. Truth be told, I'm surprised he's even able to maintain his form.
Alright, so we know what his deal is. Now, what about you? What's your game here, Cryptar?
Me?
That expression.
Me? Why? Isn't it obvious?
The only thing that's obvious about you is that your face practically screams, don't trust me.
Well, I never. I'll have you know that I was just trying to keep my embarrassment from showing. But alright, if you need me to explain, I can do that. After becoming a Cryptar, I summoned Ashavatam to be my servant. After I was assigned this Indian Lost Belt, the first thing I did was make contact with its king, Arjuna. Once I learned he was basically a god, I spent my first few months here trying to control him as much as I could. But after that foreign god disciple showed up, Arjuna suddenly started behaving strangely. I guess it...
oh, shit.
I guess the disciple must have managed to sway him over to his side.
Interesting. So in the previous Lost Belt, we had the Cryptar and the Disciple working together kind of like on a different side as the King, and the King being kind of like working solo in a way. But here we have the Disciple and the King working together against the Cryptar in a way. Interesting. Different factions forming. Who is this foreign god Disciple?
He's a young man who always wears some sort of Japanese outfit. He calls himself a monk, but he's clearly a failed onmyoji.
An onmyoji?
He's very handsome, but he's also thoroughly twisted and just rotten to the core. Definitely not my type. If I'd approached him, the odds were better than ever than one of us would have ended up dead. And we couldn't have that, right? Seeing how we're both technically on the foreign god's side and all. So I always made sure to keep my distance from him. I never even got a chance to find out his true name.
At least we know he isn't Koyanskaya, and it sounds like he's not Father Kotomine, Rasputin either.
Oh? I'm fond of Koyanskaya. She may be evil, but she's a pure sort of evil. You know how she can cross between Lost Belts as she pleases, right? So I see her every now and then. But I haven't gotten a read on her. It's like she doesn't respect the foreign god despite being an alter ego. But anyway, Koyanskaya doesn't have anything to do with Arjuna. Basically, thanks to the other alter ego, the male disciple, Arjuna, started taking a much heavier hand to this world than he ever had before. After that, it sounds like they needed more pawns for running errands and such.
What the fuck is this?
So he went and took my contract with Ashavatam, all because he just happened to be close by.
The change up.
And just like that, Ashavatam was his, and there was nothing I could do. A lot of good being a Cryptar did me. Right, at this point, all I could do was laugh at how absurd it all was.
What? He just took your contract from you.
Thinking back on it now, I shouldn't be surprised considering just how powerful a god he is. I just didn't really get how powerful until he was using that power on me. Then, to top that all off, he went and summoned a few more servants all on his own.
Interesting.
I don't know if he figured out how by studying Ashavatam or if the disciple told him, but I guess it doesn't matter. The point is, once he had more servants on his side, I knew I had zero chance of taking Ashavatam back.
Okay, so those servants should be from this Lost Belt's history then, though, not? No? Because the previous time, the previous Lost Belt, all of the servants that were summoned within the Lost Belt, or like by the Lost Belt or whatever, were summoned from their own history. Right? So maybe that explains why there's no Indian servants that he summoned, because Ashwatan was summoned by Pepe. But the others were summoned by Arjuna. So I guess that explains why there's no Indian servants summoned, because the Indian mythology is so different. Maybe. I guess. Or I could be just making it up.
The point is, once he had more servants on his side, I knew I had zero chance of taking Ashwatan back.
Atalante Alter was from proper human history? True, actually, yeah.
I got the impression that Ashwatam used to be your servant based on our earlier conversation. What I really want to know is, what happened after that?
After that, I ran away as fast as my legs could carry me. Of course, I didn't want to die for nothing after all. That's really all it comes down to with me.
Napoleon as well. Yeah, I guess it's not always the case. Yeah, just sometimes, yeah. There are a few that aren't from that human history and some that are.
But don't you Kirtas have a duty to grow your lost belts? Isn't that how you're supposed to determine which one is truly worthy to rule? Well, sure, but with this India, or rather, with Arjuna there, that's just not going to happen. Honestly, I knew it was pointless almost as soon as I got here. Easy to see this world as a dead end, and nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, true. Xinshi Huang didn't summon servants.
So I gave up my responsibilities to grow this world stew of emptiness. I mean, who cares who the king of the world is if you're not alive to see it? Kirshari has probably already figured out that my lost belt's a lost cause. In David's case, I'm not sure. I wish he would show at least a little bit of interest in it, but oh well. Oh, that reminds me. I heard you had the run-ins with Kadok, Ophelia, and Acta. Well, if you're not going to make this personal, I won't either. Besides, I can't go around avenging my comrades or talking about Crypta's pride with things as they are right now, can I? So you're refusing to comment on the Crypters, is that it? And as long as we don't bring up the Crypters ourselves, you won't oppose us as one, is that what you're saying? Take it however you like, but just knowing that Deliveryman spared Kadok and buried Ophelia, well, that's more than enough reason for me to want to avoid fighting him if I can. I noticed you didn't mention Acta Hinako there. What about her? Oh, Acta's a special case. I mean, she wasn't even human, right? She was never on anyone's side but her own to begin with, so I don't see any reason to avenge her.
You knew Acta Hinako was a true ancestor?
Acta did a good job keeping her cards close to her chest, but I've always had a good nose for that sort of thing. I knew the instant I arrived at Chaldea that she wasn't actually human.
What did you mean when you said this world is a dead end? I mean, that's pretty easy.
Oh yes, that's the last thing I need to tell you about. Arjuna uses his power to destroy and recreate the world over and over, cycling it through periods called yugas.
Oh, it wears down?
I'll spare you the details for now, but while they're similar in some ways to India's original conception of yugas, they ultimately diverge pretty wildly. We have a couple of problems. First, he's gradually going through the yugas faster and faster, and there's one of the things he does as he completes each cycles. Something he does when he remakes heaven and earth in between yuga cycles. We have already been informed about something along those lines, namely the judgment Asha told us about. I can infer what that judgment entails thanks to her telling us it involves everyone dying and coming back to life. But of course, now is not the time for speculation. Oh, why not? I'd love to get to see you speculating in person, Holmes. Hard as it may be to believe coming from me, I have no intention of interrupting someone else's explanation of a Tony riddle with my own half-baked theories. Well, if you already know that much, it'd probably be faster to see it for yourselves anyway.
Oh, well.
Hi, it's me, Da Vinci, the beautiful genius who's been forced to keep her mouth shut and listen despite being just itching to jump into all of these fascinating discussions. Our reality-based observations results have finally stabilized, so we can emerge from our zero cell now. The longer we stay submerged, the more chance we have of something going wrong. So while I hate to cut Pepperoncino's explanation off, I really think we should head back to reality space now, especially for our own. What do you say, Gordy?
Alright. Then go ahead. But we want our security to remain airtight. Make them sure we resurface inside the last belt, got it?
Wait, before this stops, I just want to quickly check something. Where was the entire debate with this? They talked about like something being like this wearing out and stuff, right? Yeah. Into drop plans and create molds if making can. But as I say, if this is wrong, it will be right. The more we repeat the process, the closer we'll get to making the perfect plans and mold. Get there. The sand we're using may get worn and tattered the more we destroy and rebuild. But it's a small price to pay to bring such a grand project to its completion, don't you think? Yeah. Okay, this is the thing that they said. Okay. The sand may get worn and tattered. Okay, yeah. I'm guessing that's why it's like, that's what Pepperoncino's talking about.
But we want our security to remain airtight and make damn sure we resurface inside the last belt, got it?
Got it. Will it be safe for us to go back outside after we emerge?
Oh, sure. The rules about the Yuga cycles are 100% absolute, so I can promise you Arjuna won't try anything now that we've just started a new one. Though when it comes to other dangers, I can't make any guarantees. I mean, I just don't know, you know?
You can't let the mere possibility of danger hold us back. We may not be able to do anything about that cataclysm yet. But we'll just have to assume we'll be able to handle any other threats we run into. Neja and Karna may be gone now, but you still have Mesh, myself, and Ganesha, the Divine Spirit. Yeah, I guess so.
Are you good?
Sorry for being so down in the dumps. I'm okay now, I promise. I know I still have my Ganesha duties to fulfill. And besides, did you hear what Karna said? He asked me to take care of you guys for him. Can you believe that? A super great hero like Karna asking a loser like me for help? How does that work? Still, I don't think he'd have said that if he hadn't needed my help. So, that must mean he thought I was up to it, that he trusted me as a fellow servant. So I figured I may be a loser, but I can still do my losery best. If Kana's gonna put his trust in me, I might as well see if he saw something I didn't. You just don't expect me to be much help.
Okay, glad to have you with us.
I'll come along and help too, of course. Besides, it's easier to explain things when you're seeing them in person. Is that alright with you, Deliver Metal Mesh?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pepe.
Hold it. What do you think you're doing, Pepperoncino? Have you forgotten you're our prisoner? But the border won't be leaving this last belt until Delivery Mat finishes what he came here to do, right? so how could I possibly get away on my own? Besides, helping all of you is the surest way to help me survive too. Not to mention that Meshi just looks so adorable after all this time. That I can't help but want to support her anyway. Anyway, you know.
I see. Thank you.
Of course, if you insist on keeping me in here, well, I can't blame you for that. But are you sure it's a good idea? A good idea? Don't be preposterous. Of course I'm sure it's... No, wait, hang on. What if... Oh my, he's gone so pale. Scared of keeping an unknown element like me here in the heart of their operations. God, he's so easy to read. I could have Holmes and Captain restrain him, but what if he's planted a bomb inside his body?
Yeah? Bro.
There's something frightening about him that reminds me of a mercenary. He may have said he only wants to survive, but he's obviously not the least bit frightened about dying. I could easily see him blowing himself up and taking us all out with him. So then the safest option would be... Alright, I suppose it would be the humane thing to do. Very well then, just this once, I'll grant you special permission to accompany the Livermed.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
But be warned, this permission is contingent on you obeying every order we give you, without question. Refuse, and I won't hesitate to take whatever measures I deem necessary. Is that clear?
Okay, that's fair. If I die, I die. Works for me. Okay then, let's get going. Shadow Border, preparing to emerge. Everyone, hold on tight. As soon as we're safely back to reality space, let's go see what this newly remade world is like.
Please give us some... I just want the emergency meeting. We haven't seen any of the emergency meeting yet. Okay. We're back! Wow, 4 arrows of no boss battles. Okay, toilet break, real fast, and more tea, I guess. BRB. Well, welcome back, gents. Welcome back. Yes, it was just a tea break, but we are back. Let's go. A Return of Paradise, the shape of evil to be cut off. experienced the Kali Yuga ending several times after Ashwatan was taken from me.
Oh, I experienced the Kali Yuga ending several times after Ashwatan was taken from me. I felt the light of creation wrapping me in a tight embrace, just as powerless to do anything as the people absorbed in their worthless prayers. As long as the god of this world doesn't consider you defective, at least there's no pain. You don't feel it. The light just keeps getting brighter, blinding you, and even numbing you to the passage of time. The next thing you know, you're right back where you started, only everything around you has been changed. I don't know what the locals make of that experience, but it was awful enough to almost make me vomit. I'd rather stick my head inside a festering dead body or kiss a pile of excrement from a prison cell without plumbing.
Damn. Damn, that's a graphic.
Those options might be revolting, but at least I wouldn't have to be so frightened. So, while I hate to admit it, when that light finally subsided and I found myself standing there, I would be relieved that I had avoided being taken away. But it was never long after that my relief turned to worry, to the point that I could barely think straight. Maybe I just got lucky this time. What about the next time, or the time after that? So in retrospect, it was inevitable that I would take action like this sooner or later. This time, I managed to avoid the light by escaping to the reverse side of the world, so that I might feel differently now, but surprisingly, nothing changed. Upon laying eyes on the new world of the cycle, I felt the same things as always, loathing and discomfort. To use more contemporary slang, I just can't even with this world.
Very contemporary, very modern, Pepe. I just can't even.
I guess it's God bothers me even more than I expected. In many ways, it's a perfect world. And yet, it's also just unbearable.
Interesting. Where are we now?
The air smells sweet. There's water and flowers everywhere you look. And there's a calm and gentle breeze. What is this place? Wanna know what the most surprising part is? You're standing in almost the same spot that we see ourselves from. The location didn't change. The entire rest of the world did.
Thankfully, there are no hostiles in the immediate area. Let's begin by paying another visit to the town of Pichu.
Is something wrong, Pepe? You look kinda angry.
Pepe is not happy. He's so uncomfortable with everything that's happening.
What's that? You're jealous of how soft and smooth my skin is. Why, it's all in the upkeep, hon. Unlike Miss Never-Changing Acta, I actually have to work to make sure I look this good. Go on. Feel how supple my cheeks are for yourselves. They're my pride and joy, you know.
Ale?
That's okay.
Oh, silly. There's no need to be shy. But anywho, going to visit that town next sounds just dandy. The topography and plant life changes that come with a new Yuga are all just surface level details. The thing that changed the most after what Arjuna did will have been the people.
Let's go check out the town. Oh, the people change?
Understood. But make sure to keep the border's location in mind at all times from now. Delivery met. I don't want us to ever have to run for our lives like that again, if we can help it.
True. What in the... What the Sigma?
Wow, there's not a single brick out of place now. In fact, this is exactly what the town looked like when I first came to this world. I can't believe it. It's like the Kali never attacked her at all. What in the world is going on?
What the hell?
Then there's the people talking about going about their lives here. They all look happy now. They're practically beaming. Great. Look who it is.
The pause in the OST. Goodness, you're all okay. This is wonderful news, just wonderful. This surely must be the God's will. Alright. It's always right with the world once again. Oh no, this isn't quite right, is it? First, I owe you all an apology. No matter how dire the circumstances were at the time, I should never have spoken to you like that. I know it won't be enough to truly make amends, but I'll be including all of you in my prayers from now on. I only ask that you please not hold what I said against the people of this lovely town. Yeah, they retain their memories, yeah. The OST goes so hard. I love this part of the OST.
What? Yesterday he wanted us to run out. He wanted to run us out of the town, and now he's all happy to see us?
Really is sorry. He's not just saying it.
Didn't you say we were godless heretics you wanted nothing to do with?
Don't be ridiculous. The fact that you're here now is proof you overcame the last Yuga's difficulties with us. Yeah, we were judged to not be evil. That makes you all one of us now. You're our friends, our family. Not only that, today is the blessed first day of Karta Yuga, the Yuga of peace. Are you hungry? If you like, you're welcome to come and eat with me at my mansion. Or would you prefer some fine ornaments for the young ladies? We also have plenty of beautiful flowers. I love this OST. It's so good. But okay.
Hey, yes. I'm afraid we have some pressing business we need to take care of. I appreciate the offer, but we really should be on our way.
I see. Well, that's a pity. I was hoping to introduce you to the rest of the townspeople. Oh, by the way, that mansion over there is my house. I'm afraid it ended up that big on the account of my being mayor. It's very embarrassing, living somewhere as ostentatious as that, but it's not without meaning. Please feel free to come visit whenever you have the time. You'll always be welcome in my home. Good day then.
What the heck? I never seen someone go from jerkwad to sweetheart in no time flat like that. He seemed elated.
It's probably because Karta Yuga is the Yuga of happiness. Tends to make most of the locals friendly and kind-hearted. Though of course, I'm sure there are exceptions. The father? Yep. Shh! You guys again.
Oh, Master, it's Ajay. He doesn't seem any different now that he did before. I'm not judging either way. I'm just surprised how simply hearing him click his tongue again has made me feel so relieved. And then there's... Ah, I see, guys. This is such a surprise. So you made it to the new Yuga, huh? That's great.
Is your dog with you?
Yes, it wasn't easy, but we made it. I'm glad to see you're okay too, Asha. I sure am. I prayed extra hard so I didn't get hurt at all. I see. That's wonderful. Oh, but speaking of hurt, is your dog, I mean, Vihan, okay?
Surely he is. Surely Vihan's fine.
He hurt his leg before the Kali Yuga, right? I don't see him with you. Huh?
Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. Bro got... Oh, no. Bro got deleted. Ah, shit.
Hmm?
Removed from the database. Who's Ram? No. Uh, uh. Yo, it's gluttony. No, I can't go through this again.
Who's Vihan?
Ew. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. That's good. That's great. Oh, holy shit. And they actually went there. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, boy. Ew.
Alright, it should be safe to discuss this now that we've come this far. What's the meaning of this?
This world runs on the Yuga cycle, but needless to say, that these aren't proper Yugas. A real Karta Yuga, or Satya Yuga, depending on who you ask, is supposed to last for 4,800 years.
4,800. That's quite a bit.
Then the Treta Yuga, is supposed to last for 3,600 years, the Dvapara Yuga for 2,400, and the Kali Yuga for 1,200. And on top of that, these are in God years, where each one is equivalent to 360 human years.
Ah, here we go. That's it. That's more like it.
Suffice to say, we're talking about a really long cycle. Whereas in this world, it would seem that only the ratios have been preserved, given that each Yuga is apparently 4, 3, 2, and 1 day long, respectively. That's right, but the people I've talked to here said things weren't always like this. It used to be that the Yuga cycle lasted for hundreds of years, or maybe even longer.
There's a multiplier. Yep.
So that's what this world was like immediately after it was pruned away and became a lost belt. Right. I'm sure the period where Kali would show up and had to have been proportionately longer back then. But I'd also bet they showed up much less frequently than they do now. Otherwise, the people here would have gone extinct long ago. But over time, the cycle got shorter and shorter, and now it only lasts 10 days. I have to think that drastically shortened cycle is why there are so many more Kali now. They used to only be let out a bit at a time, but now the floodgates have been opened, so to speak.
Why did Arjuna shorten the Yuga cycle so much?
Part of it is thanks to the disciple pouring poison in his ear, like I said earlier. And part of it is that the Tree of Emptiness is giving him power he didn't have before that lets him do so. Yes, it seems that only addresses the how, not the why. I'm getting to that. I think the reason he'd sped things up so much is to reach whatever end he has in mind for all of this that much faster.
Yep, the perfect world. Whatever that means.
In short, it looks like he's in a rush to create his perfect world.
Yep. What do you mean by that?
Okay, now I can finally answer the question that's been plaguing all of you. What exactly happened earlier? The answer is that something unique Arjuna does. Something that isn't meant to happen in a normal yuga. Whenever one of these shortened yuga cycles comes to an end, he purges everything he considers defective and unnecessary from this world.
Yeah, and then just kind of like plasters the backup on it, without those unnecessary files.
He believes that by repeating that process over and over, he'll eventually arrive at the perfect world devoid of anything it shouldn't have, or, as he thinks of it, evil.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know why getting killed by a Kali deems you to be evil, though, and stops you from being reincarnated. That doesn't make sense. But it makes sense conceptually, everything else.
Damn, that's one hell of a destination.
I see. So this purging must include living things, not just inanimate objects. Right. And as far as I can tell, when a living thing is purged, it's like it never even existed.
So that's what happened to the poor dog that couldn't run after breaking its leg. I can't believe it. Asha loved that dog more than anything, and now she doesn't even remember him. Yeah, that's harsh.
It happens to anyone who's unlucky enough to be killed by a Kali too. That's a sort of disqualifying offense. Saying goes for people who end up as social pariahs, or if Arjuna himself ends up judging you to be flawed. When the next yuga rolls around, they just cease to exist. It might sound contradictory, but I think Arjuna just for things like that whenever he remakes the world. I see. That would explain how continuity and discontinuity can exist simultaneously in a new yuga. For example, Asha may have completely forgotten about her beloved dog, but she will still remember all of you. But how does such a thing even work? I'm not entirely sure myself, but I can tell you what that blabbermouth disciple of the foreign god said. He said Arjuna collects every bit of data that makes up the world whenever he blows it away, kind of like a snapshot.
Ah, great. It takes a snapshot of it. Like it's a freaking virtual machine.
Then when it's time to begin a new Karta Yuga, he uses that data, let's call it Snapshot A, to reassemble the world. As he puts everything back together, he removes all the elements he deemed defective and unnecessary. And in the end, he has a new world based on Snapshot A, but reflecting the changes he's made.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's just basically a recursion and refining it over time and trying to get closer and closer to the perfect world. The only problem here is his definition of the perfect world, right? And also it seems like it is wearing down the world and everything in it.
No, I get it. He's a cheater. He's basically hacking his save data, changing the parameters to suit his preferences before reloading it. Cheaters! The scum of gamers everywhere. Don't they know hacking saves takes all the fun out of it?
He's not doing this to have fun. All he cares about is making what he considers to be a perfect world. A world consisting only of what is truly necessary, with nothing wasted or evil to be found.
Now I know what genre he's playing too. He's into 4X games.
What are those?
A 4X game is a simulation where the player just sets the initial parameters and then the world sort of plays out from there. And if you're a cheater, if something happens in your sim that you don't like, say if an enemy nation takes you by surprise and invades you, you save your game, hack your data, and reload. And it's like the enemy nation that was bothering you never existed. That's the kind of thing we're talking about here, right? Arjuna is just doing that over and over until he wins, right? I know, yeah. I swear, what's the point of even playing if you're just gonna cheat to win? That's the cheaters, is what I say.
I guess some people just care about the destination, not the journey. I guess so.
Video game analogies aside, if that's true, it sounds like Arjuna isn't remaking the world from scratch every time he resets the cycle then. He said he's basically treating the world like a model, adding new parts and removing old ones.
Correct.
Then it would stand to reason that, strictly speaking, the people here may not be dying and being brought back to life.
Yeah, it seems more likely than everything down to their souls being saved as data. And that their memories are being modified when they're put back into the new world. And if that's the case, we're talking about a much smaller scale feat than creating the entire universe from nothing. It's still a big freaking deal, don't get me wrong. But if Arjuna's got every Indian divinity and support from the Tree of Emptiness, it's theoretically possible.
I'm beginning to see the larger picture.
Who wins in a game of Civ? Qin Shi Huang or Altarjuna? Definitely Altarjuna. Qin Shi Huang cannot beat a cheater. Qin Shi Huang would be better at it without cheats, but Altarjuna would just cheat.
And there's something about this lost belt that's almost reminiscent of a singularity. The Russian, Scandinavian, and Chinese lost belts we've seen so far were all the result of a world where some definitive event happened in their respective past to dramatically change the course of history. But this Indian lost belt is still in the middle of its definitive event. Here, its king is continually trying to evolve this world by regularly recreating it with parameters that would be unthinkable in proper human history. While he has yet to reach his goal of a perfected world, I suspect the reason this world was pruned is that the very act of trying to change it in such a manner was considered a mistake. What is it, Director Gordolf? If you have any questions, please, go right ahead.
Do you ever shut up? I don't mind you explaining things, but I insist you do so concisely. In a report I can read at my leisure. He was fine here, he was fine. He just gave me flashbacks of one of my teachers in my clock tower days who would lecture me for what felt like days on end. Ugh. Who cares if the people here are technically dying or not when this world is remade? The part that actually matters is that we will die if we get caught in that.
I suppose you do have a point.
I mean, he is right. He is right. At the end of the day, we're gonna be killing all of those people anyway. So... Of course I do. Now then, I say we pivot this discussion to more practical matters. Namely, how do we stay safe and what is our next course of action? You there, Pepperoncino. It's only by my good graces that you're running around outside instead of being confined to the border under lock and key. Now repay the favor by telling us something we can use, damn it.
Something you can use? Well, I guess I can think of one thing. Pulling off a feat that massive takes a lot out of Arjuna.
I was gonna say Altarjuna.
Arjuna. So he isn't able to move around much. And I don't just mean that long stretch of time at the end of a Kali Yuga when he charges up that noble phantasm. I'm pretty sure that, unlike most servants, he doesn't do much of anything the rest of the time either. I guess he just doesn't have access to the energy he would need to do more than... Wait. He would need to do more than ride that Vimana of his. I think that's how he spends most of his time. just riding around the Tree of Emptiness on his Vimana. Of course, he might look like he's spacing out there, but I'm pretty sure he's actually keeping a close eye out for the next bit of evil to purge.
It's probably got to do something. It's probably got something to do with containing so many powerful deities within himself. It would also explain why he seems so devoid of personality. But then, isn't that exactly why he would need other servants to handle other things for him?
Ashwatam did say something about that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I think he called himself a Lokapala.
Lokapala, an original Indian mythology. In Indian mythology, Lokapala were said to protect the world. They're the guardians of all directions. Though I don't know what that could mean.
We know who Darnesia is now. But who are the other two servants?
I'm afraid I don't know. I was already on the outs with Arjuna when he got around to summoning them. By that time, he just considered me an outsider he didn't need to worry about. Though since I'm Ashwatam's former master, he did tell his servants to eliminate me if they happen to see me. Suffice to say, I have no idea what their true names are, though I get the feeling they're an archer and a caster.
And a 3-star.
I think I could make an educated guess, but there's no point in speculating at this point. We need solid info.
Well, this seems like a good time to tell you that those servants are not the only enemies we face here. There are also the sacred beasts, the mystical creatures the people here refer to as the agents of God. Oh, those? They're primitive guardians beasts Arjuna made to counteract the Kali. They manifest naturally. And since there are almost no Kali during the peaceful Karta Yuga, the beasts are supposed to just wander around like normal animals.
Supposed to? Here we go.
Oh my, you're a better listener than I took you for. Attentiveness is a wonderful quality, you know.
Here we go.
Sacred beasts!
I guess that means Arjuna really doesn't want us here then. So of course they'll attack us on sight now, just like the Kali.
You said these beasts wander around just like ordinary animals, yes? Then we clearly can't let our guard down just because it's a Karta Yuga now. Still, I don't know if it's the sunshine or what, but my body feels lighter now. This shouldn't take long. Yeah, I'll show you guys how well I can hold my own in a fight. Or at least I hope I'll be able to.
魔術師ども勝負は取らなくちゃ。はい、MSF サービスですね。そのようにご用件は
Pum.
世界の歯車は壊れた。今こそ粛清の時、今こそエゴーの時。マハープララヤ。
Mahapraya. Wow.
楽しく気楽にね、みんな位置について。
Two villains of the LB on the team. True.
ファイナリティセット。
そうか。
Do this.
現実にその光はないとしても諦めず投げ出さず強がって歩き出す。
I should have Rasputin in slot 1.
知っているからホープイルキャメロット。
崩壊。
16.
オロク。
32. 38. 34. 43. Hey! Yo!
よろしく。
Thank you. The fuck? That was
ご用件ね
okay.
世界の歯車は壊れ
Perfect.
今こそ粛清の時今こそエゴーの時マハープララヤ悪は裁かれなければならない
Classic RNG. They wanted to see the lights. Yup. Yeah.
Okay, now that we've gone over how things generally work in this Lost Belt, what do you think of it?
I don't think it's right.
Me neither. Ash and Vihan looked to me like they were the best of friends. They were like family. And I'm positive that had nothing to do with how well Vihan could or couldn't run.
Exactly. So we need to get rid of this last belt. We need to delete it.
Didn't matter how well he could hunt or stand guard either. As far as Asha was concerned, she just loved them and wanted them to stay by her side. So if the god of this world just erased the relationship for his own reasons, what happens to all the love she had for him, all the happiness she felt when they were together? Where does it go?
You said it.
Amazing. The same girl who used to resemble nothing so much as a living doll, expounding on love. Oh, this is just precious. I think I'm going to cry. Although, I wonder what Beryl would say if he saw this new mesh.
Oh, I'm excited for LB6. I'm excited for LB6.
Allow me to offer some criticism of this world from a different perspective. I'm sure it's been some time since a calendar meant anything in this world, but for the purposes of our discussion, let's say the year here is 2021.
Sure.
As I'm sure you're aware from visiting the nearby civilization here has not advanced anything like as far as in proper human history. That's not to say I only value post-industrial age advances, or that I have no appreciation for a life filled in harmony with nature. I assure you, neither is true. I'm merely saying that civilization as a whole has clearly not progressed when compared to proper human history, here when compared. That aspect alone is enough for me to declare this world a far cry from anything approaching the ideal. The march of civilization has stalled here just like in the Chinese Lost Belt, albeit for very different reasons.
It hardly needs saying. But I don't like the way this god does things either. Cheaters get permabanned. That's what I say. On another note, is everything okay, Rama? Something on your mind? I just realized something. Arjuna has obtained every Indian divinity in this Lost Belt's history, right? Then that would mean Cheetah is one of them.
Oh no, don't fall in love with Arjuna. Really?
Just as I'm an avatar of Vishnu, Cheetah is an avatar of Vishnu's consort, Lakshmi. Of course, doesn't mean they're one and the same, but they're certainly close enough. So then, what should I do? What else? I have to save her. That's who I am. What's my very reason for existing?
So love is your main motivator for defeating Arjuna. Wow, that's just beautiful.
What do you think of Arjuna, Pepe?
Me? It's like I said. I thought he and his world were a dead end the moment that I met him. Can't get much further from my type than this version of Arjuna. He might be a pretty face, but that soul of his is ugly as sin.
Master, there may not be any need for me to say this, but please, let me say it again anyway. Pepe is a good person. I believe we can trust him, and I think we should work together with him on this.
We're on the same page, Mesh. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Thanks, you too. Nonetheless, the fact remains you're a crypter. Are you truly about to let your assigned lost belt be destroyed? What will you say to the others? Why, I'll just say I did my best, but it wasn't good enough. Oopsie. I don't want to get on their bad side either. I'm just going with the flow here.
To be fair, wouldn't the others like it? It would give them a better chance of getting their lost belt to be the winning one.
Well, I trust you even less now. If you're so easygoing, why did you join the Crypters in the first place? You could have just turned them down from the start. Well, that was a cruel thing to say. Huh?
I mean, that would just mean he would die, probably. Oh! Circumstantial change confirmed. I have a proposal for you chosen ones. An offer for those of you who were cast aside. If you desire reclamation, then choose rebirth. If you desire indolence, then choose eternal sleep. Yeah. It makes no difference to a god.
I didn't want to have to tell you this, but we didn't have any choice. Thawing the coffins might not sound like a big deal, but it's basically like recovering dead bodies. We're all dead in there. We're never going to wake up from that darkness. But then, the foreign god came and told us, you may live on as a crypter, or die as a master. And that was that. Honestly, I still don't know who or what this foreign god is. Ishtarya seems like he does, but he's not one to talk. All I know is, in exchange for being given new life, we were to be thrown into this newly wiped clean world and put in charge of growing our respective lost belts tree of emptiness. Of course, I know we betrayed all of mankind when we chose to leave our coffins as scripters, so I'm not under any illusions that we're the real victims here. I'll even admit that I thought this game to see who'll get to be king of the world sounded fun. Whatever will be. You know, if an old monk friend of mine were here now, he'd probably say something like,
Old monk friend.
you guys were just unlucky. Still, there's nothing to be gained from cursing your fate, and besides, I was already getting bored with it. So I'm just going to do the best that I can, and try not to throw my life away for nothing. I'm not going to sell out my fellow crypters, and I have no desire to fight all of you to the death either.
Sounds like a chill monk. That it does.
And since that works out for both of us, isn't that good enough for now?
Then, does that mean that nobody on Team A willingly chose to side with the foreign god?
I don't know about all of us, but me, Kadok, and Ophelia sure didn't. Oh wait, I guess Ophelia is an exception.
Yeah.
She swore to become a crypter for her own very personal reasons.
Then please, just tell me one thing. Where does the name Crypters come from? Is it a codename for something? Did the foreign god give it to you?
No way! You're really bringing that up now? Oh right, I just remembered. You never knew this, did you, Meshi? Now it all makes sense. The name Crypters comes from director Marisbury. It was a title he gave to the special masters who were chosen for Team A. Oh, anywho.
Changing gears. I thought it was gonna be the end of the arrow, but nope.
Anywho, let's talk about how exactly we can go about beating Arjuna? Because I'll be honest, I've got nothing.
This is no laughing matter either. He even shrugged off my noble phantasm like it was nothing. Although now I understand why. It's because his very divine existence is just that strong.
They had a separate group chat without Mesh. Yeah. Pepe even said that Mesh was one of the girlies. I guess she wasn't.
There's no trick or even magecraft involved. It's just that it's just that...
Wait, it's just what he is, plain and simple.
Jeez, so he even cheats just by existing? How in the world are we supposed to beat him then?
Honestly, you're in much worse shape to fight than how...
Wait,
To fight him now that Karn is out of the picture.
okay.
I just don't see how Ganesha there could ever fill his shoes, no matter how hard she tries.
Hey, you don't have to rub it in. Believe me, I'm well aware.
Maybe there's someone else who can help us?
True. There could very well be another rogue servant here. If we could find them and win them over, it would be the fastest and surest way of bolstering our ranks.
That sucks, Robert. They pulled a Mesh on you? That sucks.
That would be great, but it's a big if. Well, if there's anyone else like Ganesha around here, there's a good chance someone in town might know about them. Why don't we head back to Bichu again and see what we can find out?
Sounds good to me. Then what are we waiting for? Like they say, no road is long with good is long with good company, and it's best to make hay while the sun shines. Don't worry about a thing. I'll make sure we never run out of things to talk about on the way.
I can't say that was actually a concern.
Man, Pepe seems like such a chill guy to have as company. He would always crack jokes. Sup? Oh, yeah. Oh, she's realizing now. They had a separate group chat.
We didn't have a choice.
Oh, never mind. She's not realizing that now. She's realizing that they didn't have a choice.
That's right. I'd forgotten that. Everyone had the reasons for making the choices they did. That's why things ended up like this.
I mean, they had a choice, but it was an unfair choice, right? They weren't forced into anything. But yeah, it wasn't a great, a very fair choice.
Nice people, not so nice people. People who were interested in me, people who weren't interested in me. I know everyone on Team A. I've forgotten about that. Or, I've forgotten I knew that. I only just remember that there were also people who lived in Chaldea.
Which, if you think back to the very first time that we meet Mesh, like, and she says how she likes us because we are like kind of like the only ones who actually feel human, it kind of tracks, you know, because she was kind of like talking about the Cryptors all the way back in like the very first text when we meet Mesh. Because all the other Cryptors do not feel like a normal, like, human.
That's why, right now, if I was stronger, maybe I wouldn't be feeling so conflicted right now. If only I was a perfect demi-servant, then...
Yo, Mesh, you good? Act as a true human, a Junrun. True. She a real one.
Oh, sorry, it's nothing. It looks like we're almost there. already have an idea for who we can talk to first. It would be great if she knows something.
Wow, this is a long arrow.
Other gods? I guess you haven't heard anything then.
Maybe using the word God isn't the best way to go about it. It would be better to take a different approach.
You are John Rengaro.
We're looking for someone who's very much out of place in this world. In other words, someone who fights this place as wrong as we do. If someone like that exists, they'd probably be out fighting Kali regardless of what you guys is.
I do love that Gantz meme. You white boy.
Da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So the question we should be asking is... Here, little miss, let me put it to you this way. Have you heard any rumors about naughty heretics who don't obey your god's teachings? Oh, besides us, of course.
Oh, I think the mayor would probably know something about that.
It's such a good meme. It is. Well, I wouldn't call them bad exactly. Everything alive in this world is the god's creation after all. But I would say they're just a bit too focused on the wrong things, unfortunately. Nonetheless, yes, I've heard there are people like that in the village, on the other side of the mountain. I'm told they spend most of their... They mentioned this before. I'm told they spend most of their time taking up weapons and fighting the Kali in defiance of the god's teachings. They certainly do things differently than we do in Bichu, where we accept God's trials and piety with grace. But I suppose that's just the way they chose to live their lives. Yeah, he really switched up, huh?
It's still a bit shocking how much more amiable he is now compared to when we first met him. But at any rate, this is great. Now we have a promising lead. Let's head to this village right away, Master.
Let's go.
Sounds good to me, but just be aware that you might not be able to get there by nightfall. I think it's better if you don't move around too much in the middle of the night, so if you find a good place to make camp, don't be shy about doing just that, okay? Don't worry about that. I hate going at a forced march. If I have to go hiking, I make sure to take it nice and slow. As long as I'm around, I won't be letting anyone push themselves too hard, not even if they want to.
Okay, Mom. No battles. She has a nice and comfy bed there, doesn't she? That's nice. She said it's all cushioned and stuff. Man, that looks great. That would be great to have. It would also smell like shit in there.
We'll be heading back at dawn, Pepe. Are you sure you don't need to get some sleep?
Back out.
What about you, Meshi? You're still standing watch this late.
I'm a demi servant, so I'm fine going without sleep for a while.
Funny how you're okay without sleep, but the Divine Spirit servant over there apparently can't get enough. Well, that's okay. That works out nicely for me. Mind if I stand watch with you for a while?
No, that's fine with me.
That was only a pretense, of course. I was actually just waiting for a good chance to ask you this. Did you get a chance to talk to Ophelia?
Yeah, I did. We didn't have a lot of time, but it still felt like we said a lot. Much more than we ever expressed to each other in Chaldea.
I'm glad to hear that. She always did want to have a good heart-to-heart with you. I could tell. So, what'd you talk about?
Well, one of our topics was romance.
Spill the tea.
No way! Seriously? Oh, Oh, what I wouldn't give to have been a fly on that wall for that. I can't think of anything better than Ophelia talking about romance. I can just imagine the three of us chatting over a nice cup of tea, hours passing in the blink of an eye.
Do you know what happened to everyone, Pepe?
I heard what happened from Kirstaria and the others, yes, but those are just boring old facts. That's not what I really want to know. And that's why I wanted to ask you about them directly.
I see. I don't think there's anything I need to keep secret, so I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Even though I'm a crypter, even though I'm your enemy.
Yes, I remember that despite everything that's happened, we're still both members of Team A. That hasn't changed just because you're a crypter now too.
I see. Well, thank you. I'm sure Kadok, Ophelia, and Akta are frustrated by how things turned out, but I doubt they have any regrets. So they all fought bravely, huh? And here I am, just pathetically doing whatever I can to survive.
I don't think that's anything you need to feel bad about.
Hey, I'm still on the crypter side. I can't help but be frustrated too. No matter how hard it is to survive, I still find myself thinking there might have been a better way to end things. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring down the mood. Things don't go your way, even after you've struggled as much as you can. Your only choice is to give up and move on. I just had to come to terms with that again.
Mike? Mike decided to die? 1 second, guys. Did it get fixed or not yet? Is it better now? Test, test, 1, 2, 3, test, 1, 2, 3. Or not? Test? No? I'm gonna guess that's a no. Oh, yeah? Noise. Okay.
That's just my lot in life, I'm afraid. Nothing I do ever quite seems to work out.
Really? But you've always seemed to me like you excel at everything you do.
That's only because I stick to things I know I can do. No, I'm talking about fate and destiny. But hey, that can be extremely motivating in its own right. And it's not like I've given up on everything, you know? Alright, I think it's time I go to bed. A complexion this perfect requires plenty of sleep. Besides, how could I look Ophelia in the eye if I had neglected my own skincare after I kept admonishing her? Thank you for telling me what happened with the other crypters, Smashy. Good night.
Of course. Good night, Pepe.
Oh, that was a cool talk. Well, that's that. We'll leave that for the next one. That's gonna be about it for today. Pepe is one of the girlies. That was a great talk. That was great, there. But yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap it up here then. We're gonna wrap it up here. So we're making good progress. I feel like we should be able to... So wait, how many streams? There's not gonna be a stream on Sunday and tomorrow. I know that much. So... Friday, Saturday. 2 streams. Next week we're gonna be easily finishing this. Okay. Oh yeah, another big thing. Kagetora, Rural Kagetora is gonna be out, right? So I might do a pulling stream late tomorrow, maybe. No promises. If it's not gonna be late tomorrow and it's gonna be just a short stream, just me pulling for Ruler Kagetora and that's it, maybe. If not, then Friday. If not, then Friday. So tomorrow we'll do the extra chapters and challenge quests. Let's do it after LV4 then, if you think we'll be done next week. Yeah, we can do we can do those things next week for sure, or after LV4. Yeah, but the Kagetora banner I do want to pull for either late tomorrow or Friday. I'll let you guys know in the Discord, I guess. So yeah, be on the lookout, but most likely Friday, most likely not tomorrow, but maybe there's a possibility 6-7 p.m. CET I might be alive for Kagetora banner. We'll see. Don't forget to grind the 90++ node. I do grind the 90++ node every day. So to get mats for Aris, true. I do grind it a lot, so I spend all of my AP there. Don't worry. It is a pretty... It takes a lot of time. I cannot min turn it in any way, shape or form. It always takes me at least like 8 turns or something to do it. It's not fun. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I feel like if I just use Ash and Bakastoria, it would be kind of easy though. I should probably do that. But I don't want to use Ash because I don't have her bond unlocked or the thing. Yeah, I only have her at bond, and then I don't want to bond breaker or whatever. How many points do you have? I'm close to 1 million. I think 970. Wait, 970, I think? 960,000. If your back hurts, Harunobu's back hurts more, true. So we're getting there, and I'm also like slowly but surely clearing out the shop. So like I bought out some of the things, but there's still a bunch of the things that are still here. How did I overtake you in points? I've not been grinding, okay? Don't make fun of me. Also, I've been using bond Cs instead of point Cs and stuff. Don't worry. Yeah, this one's not fun. Anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys for joining. Tomorrow, most likely, like I would say 90% chance no stream. If there is a late stream, then we might do a stream pulling for Kagetora. If not, pulling for Kagetora on Friday. And depending on how fast that's gonna be, maybe some extra LB4 story. If it's gonna take a long time, which I don't think it should, then we might just do a pulling stream and that's it. But I think it should be pulling stream and then more LB4, and then Saturday more LB4, and then no stream on Sunday because I have other things I'm doing, and next week finishing LB4 for sure. So why avoid bond breaking Ash? Because I only have 2 more bond breaks, I think. Wait, no, actually no. I think so. I think I only have 2 more of the thingies for bond break. So yeah, 2 more. So I'm kind of scared of using it. That's why. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye. No thanks, Robert.